So essentially what the Empress is basically just the author wrote fanfic of herself and people she hates, plus and then inside that fanfic is another fanfic of the characters in an alternate world with characters that they hate. It's essentially what this book is. So let's get into the Empress, the pure brain rot of books.
I'll just start saying that this book was terrible. That's not a way to describe it. I read 3 pages in and I had to put it down and go like, are you sure we have to read this?
It's the definition of we blogged it so you don't have to read it. Because I did not like it. Anyway,
it was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a really
it was actually a very short book, but if the amount of things that was happening was a lot.
Felt like a fever dream. Like, I remember just reading it and being like, whoa, like, where is this going? What are we doing? Where am I? Who is who? I don't know.
I just remember cringing so hard. I could not read a second chapter. I was just like, bracing yourself. You gotta brace yourself to read this book.
Look, I'm pretty sure it's marketed as like just like a fun, like fantasy, horny, smutty, romance.
Oh, that's
smutty fan fiction. But honestly, there's better ones out there. You do not need to read this book. It will not deliver. It will not deliver.
Yeah.
So let's get into the plot.
Yeah. The book basically starts off with Hannah. Yes, Hannah decided she needs some help, okay? So where does one go to...
She's having a quarter life crisis.
Yes, where does one go to address their quarter life crisis? You go to a tarot shop. You go to a tarot shop, you walk in, there's nobody manning the counter, so you decide to walk behind where the private personnel is, and watch as the shopkeeper gets railed by this guy. So basically she watches them have sex, and like it was like a very interesting sex because it was sex with a rose as well.
Yeah. They're like dirty talking with a rose.
They were dirty talking with a rose. and yeah, and she gets caught, of course.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Quirky main character moment.
I'm sorry, I'm a voyeur. and the shopkeeper was like, it's alright. We were just having sex magic. Magic spell with a K.
So, Hannah's eyes.
Yeah, and Hannah's eyes, she just keeps looking at this man's going like, wow, this guy's packing. I haven't had a lot going on in my life, basically. And she basically just kept looking there and thinking that the whole time. And the guy's like, you want something? And she's like, nah, I got a boyfriend. I got a boyfriend.
She pulls out that trump card like, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not desperate, girl. I have my sex regularly. Yes, but your thing is very big.
5 stars.
5 stars. And so finally she gets her tarot card reading, and she asks like, I have this presentation coming up. I need it to succeed. It's literally make or break my career. Fair enough. And, instead the tarot card shopkeeper was like, what did she panic? She was like blanking out. And she was like,
she just got real weird.
Yeah, she got weird. She just went, get out of here or something. She saw this body stuff.
Just like a typical cryptic.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's like a...
She wasn't old.
I think it was like a cryptic... No, she's not old. Dude, she was getting railed by some dude. I'm pretty sure she was like some...
Hey, grandma could get it on.
No! Don't listen to this one. So basically, yeah. And she gets kicked out of the shop. Kicked out, and then...
Yeah, she like freaks out, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she freaks out and she basically throws Hannah the cards. I actually, this part, other than the sex part, that one was cringe. But after that, this part was okay. This part was like, okay, they're trying to set up for something, basically. And so Hannah goes back to her life, her 9 to 5.
She's like like a business pitch person?
Yeah.
She's like a marketer.
For like a shoe shop? No, a beauty shop. A beauty brand.
Honestly, I don't know, yeah.
It was a really bad.
But we know it's not where she wants to be in life because she kept on emphasizing that she really wanted to do something else.
She wanted to do more with her life. She wanted to help people. She had... Yeah, so this project was basically what this pitch that she was doing was basically to help people.
It wasn't to help people.
I don't know. She said it's the way where she could put like finally what she wanted to do in life.
No, she wanted to do that, but that wasn't at this job. So her overall goal, so Hannah's overall goal
is to help people?
Was that she wanted to help people, but she just wasn't where she was in life. So basically she's stuck working at a job that she just doesn't want to be in, essentially. But you know, it's kind of where she wants to, like, she wants to work in like businessy marketing, but she wants like to make an impact on people, but it's not at this job. And I'm just thinking, girl, never heard of a social enterprise. Like, it's not that hard to just find a business that is a social enterprise or a charity or something.
Like she could have worked for a non-profit.
Yeah, she could have. Just non-profit, social enterprise, charity, anything. Just do that. But you can get paid as well.
But basically, she fumbles. She fumbles so bad.
Oh, yeah, she's at pitch.
Yeah, in front of her boss and her boss's boss. You actually like... Well, I kind of felt bad for her, but at the same
moment,
I felt so.
She was.
I hope it was not relatable.
It was supposed to be relatable.
It was really painful.
It was supposed to be relatable because she was like freaking out, like she just blanked and she was like, "Oh
no!" She called the boss old. She's like, "This is for people like not that you old people understand." Oh wait, no, I'm not calling you old. She basically like fumbled like that bad.
Yeah, it was supposed to be relatable.
Okay, it was just bad. it was just bad, and let's just say that you would not be surprised if she lost her job. After that, you would not be surprised. And yeah, so who steps in? Stephanie. Stephanie steps in and saves her pitch, even though apparently Stephanie has been against this idea the whole time. She was like, there's no point doing this, blah blah blah. And
it's basically been Hannah's project. Like, it's been Hannah's baby that she's been working on, and she wants to pitch it to these people.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie picks up because basically she was like freaking out.
Yeah, because this idea was not getting delivered. It was not. It was
a dumpster fire. It was hot trash, and Stephanie came in with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
She came in with the PR going, "We gotta help this girl."
Yeah. And so instead the boss is like, "Oh," and then the project ends up going through, and Stephanie approved, and then and Hannah's stewing in her anger. Hannah's upset. Hannah is upset, and also. Sorry. One thing you realize is Hannah hates Stephanie with a passion. She's constantly in her head. Even before Stephanie does this, she goes like, this, I don't want to swear, but like yeah, and like, with her shoes, her clothes, and her put togetherness. I hate this girl. She's such a fake person just because she has her life together. She's so fake.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, literally, like, Stephanie, like, after, like, the pitch went successful, Stephanie's literally like, "Oh, do you want to come with me and some of the colleagues? We're going to go out, celebrate. Do you want to come?" And Hannah's just like, she just wants to rub it in my face that she did better than me, that she stole my, she stole my pitch, she stole my spotlight. And I'm just like, it's just a drink. Like, she's just asking if you want to celebrate with the team. Like, what happened to no I in team, man?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I get that you could be like, maybe Stephanie wasn't treating her well or something like that. But at that point, like, for this, you could not have blamed Stephanie. Your project was in, like, the dumpster fire. If you just left it like that, you'd probably get fired, kicked out. But at least Stephanie saved your project and made it sound like you guys saved your job as well. Because it made it sound like you actually did your It's just like you don't know how to present it, basically. Yeah. So that happens and she goes like, I don't want to join you guys for drinks. So instead, she goes to find her boyfriend.
Chad.
Okay, you should take this one.
So, what better way, when you're feeling depressed, like, you'll want to, like, cuddle up with your partner, I guess. Or in her mind, she wanted to bang it out, basically.
Yeah, she wanted to cuddle it off.
So she pretty much was like, so she's been telling everyone, like, I have a boyfriend. Like, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah, she's very proud.
Like, I have a boyfriend. And it's like... good for you, I guess. It's like, anyway, so then basically she goes to Chad's, like, was he in, like, a student accommodation, or, like...
No, he had his own apartment.
Oh! And it's, like, it's really funny, though, because when she walks in there, she's, like, trying to be all buddy-buddy with, like, the doorman or something, like, she's trying
the doorman's just, like, get in.
Yeah, he's just, like, come in, and she's all like, oh, yeah, like, he probably knows that I come here so often, and, like, blah, 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 like, he probably knows me, he does not know her, it's his job, like, he sees a bunch of people every day, you're not that special.
I feel like she's having her weird Snow White moment or something, like, she wants to be, she's like, everyone, I'm so nice to everyone, I'm everyone's friend.
no one knows you.
No one knows you, yeah.
So basically, she's like, oh, I want a surprise check. Because I think she, like, texted him beforehand saying, and then he just didn't, like, answer or something. Like, I think she, like, or did she just want to surprise him?
I think she wanted to surprise him.
So she basically just, like, you know, she walks over, and then as she's, like, nearing his door, she's just like this is, like, it's described in the book where she's, you know, she's just, like, it's like taking, you know, all her clothes off, and it's like he lives in, like, it's like a hotel or something, like, it's like an apartment building. Like, she's walking through the corridor, like, any person, like, you know, any person, like a child could, like, walk in and see this, like, grown-ass woman. She's just, like, stripping, taking everything off, and then she goes and knocks on his door.
No, she's in his room.
No, she's not.
Then she goes to his room and she lies on his bed and she's like naked there, like, and she's waiting for him to walk in. Like, so he basically comes in and he walks in with this other girl. A redhead girl.
A redhead girl, and she's very clear it's a redhead girl. Like, she makes it very
very clear.
It's a redhead girl.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, of course our girl Hannah is not happy because
But she's already basically stripped, and this guy has walked in with this, like, other girl.
Yeah, a redhead.
A redhead.
And they basically just start fighting about how, like, Chad is low-key cheating or something, blah blah blah. But turns out, not boyfriend. They've never actually clarified they were in a relationship.
They never defined the relationship at all. They just, like, hooked up. Like, they were basically just buddies, and she was just basically like
his booty call.
Yeah, she was basically just like, oh, we're together now, instead of actually kind of, like, asking him.
I have no idea, but it was, like, inferred throughout, like, their fight. It was inferred through their fight that low-key she was the booty call. Like, she was the desperate one, and Chad knew that.
He literally called her desperate to her face, which was, like, I did feel bad for her there, like, you know.
No, and what made me go, like, wow, was when the redhead came in, because I think she started, like, she started complaining about how depressing her life is, and then how could Chad do this to her, and the redhead came in and was actually speaking facts. It was like psychoanalyzing her, like,
for free,
for free as well, and going, like, you know, maybe you just think this way because blah blah blah. I don't remember, but basically she was, like, just telling her to get her before she bothers with, like, this romance bit or, like, whatever Chad is, and Hannah's not having it. She's like, I don't want to hear this from you.
To be fair, that's valid though. Like, I feel like that would kind of be an asshole move. Like, I'm not siding with Hannah. Like, I still think Hannah's in the wrong. But I also think Chad's in the wrong. But I also do think Redhead is in the wrong just a little bit, just because it's like, this girl literally found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her. And then what do you do to make it worse? You just start, like, spreading out, like, you know, all her trauma, and was like, this is all your issues.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this wasn't the part that got me, honestly. It gets worse. The beginning is
just goofy. This was honestly just goofy.
The beginning was just cringe, but nothing that makes you angry, you know? It was just cringe.
No, it just made you think, wow, this character's sad.
Yeah, her life is pretty depressing.
I feel like I gave the author a little too much credit at the start, because I thought maybe, like, it was, like, she was just trying to go for, like, the really, like, this character's just super, super sad, so I thought we're gonna get, like, this epic character arc later on.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was, like, building up to something.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, but I just thought, like, wow, her life is sad, and then she comes out.
Really sad.
Yeah, no, but okay, we'll delve into her character, but basically, you just, it feels like like she needs therapy kind of thing.
She really needed therapy. Oh my gosh. So basically, in the span of one day, she basically, in Hannah's mind, her pitch was gone. Stolen by Stephanie, who is prettier than her, hotter than her, smarter than her. We all know that she literally lists out everything that Stephanie is, and she's not.
Yeah, but Stephanie doesn't deserve it, because she's a two-faced, you know?
yeah, I get it. And then basically, and then on top of that, she basically technically lost her boyfriend, found out she got cheated on. So all in one day, like, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, and there was, like, okay, this is where we find out, we start hearing about her family a bit. She runs out and she's, like, having her moment, and her mom basically calls her asking, like, are you okay? Like, do you call me back? I never hear from you anymore. And she's like, my mom, she's like the reason why I have failed relationships, because because of her I never have a good because apparently her mom has had
unlucky in love.
Yeah, just her mom's just unlucky in love. But I don't know. The mom just cares.
Like, I do admit the mum made some mistakes. I can't exactly remember what they were, but the mum did make some mistakes, but it was kind of like, I mean, the mum was still trying to be there for you.
I know, but basically she's been ignoring her mom. So you get this, why? They show this, and they show that basically she's been ignoring her mom. Like, her mom has been worried about her because she's purposely ignoring her mom because she's not happy with her. They don't go why, but she's just basically she's not happy in her life and she's not happy with her parents, okay? And then they briefly go like she says like so this explains like Hannah's family life, and she goes like she hates her sister because her sister is a successful lawyer, smart, rich, has her shit together, but because she's doing like law for criminals or something, so she's basically not helping, she's not contributing to the world, she's not doing good, so her sister is evil.
Main girl's not even doing anything good. She's literally just selling like products.
Like she sounded really salty when she was describing how successful. She's so salty.
It's like she's just successful. Let her live her life, and you can mooch off her.
Yeah. I don't want like let your sister be successful, but she was like, yeah, she's gonna rub it in that she's successful, but she doesn't even realize. She never realizes what like a it's because she's doing law for a while. She's not helping the kids or like off in Africa or something. So my sister is like terrible person. Yeah, but you never hear from the sister. This is just Hannah's side, and then so this happens.
It's all in first person, this book, by the way. So we're all stuck in Hannah's head for this whole thing.
That's how you know she thinks this way.
Yeah, she's a chaotic girl. She's a real chaotic girl.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in her head.
And then basically, as she like runs out, she's like going to take the bus.
Yeah, and she misses the bus and she kind of falls in the floor.
She like slips like
and like the tarot card just ends up on the floor, like falls out of her bag or something, and it lands on the floor, and she stares at it and she's like, I need to get rid of you. But yeah, this is where I got a bit annoyed because I read the blurb before reading this book, and it says that mysteriously a tarot card appears and that transported her. But no, it's not mysterious. We got the tarot card since the beginning, which was given to her by that crazy tarot card having sex lady who Hannah just ignored. She was like, okay, fine.
The tarot card's the Empress, by the way, so you can see why the book's called the Empress. Yeah, the tarot card's called.
That's like as far as it goes, basically. And
the book cover is literally the tarot card. Yeah, like the book cover. That's what the tarot card looks like.
And apparently, it looks like her. She looks like the Empress, basically. You don't have to imagine how Hannah looks. She basically touches the tarot card and then whoosh, she ends up.
No, that was like way too smooth. It was literally just she touches the tarot card. Next chapter, she's like waking up.
Well, this is my imagination. You follow me. And she touches the card and it was whoosh, and she wakes up. She wakes up in the castle.
Yeah, but you see, that was so like smooth. Like that was a smooth transition. How it happened in the book was literally just she touches the card. It's like, oh, boom, wakes up somewhere else. I'm like, huh? I had to imagine that after.
It's fine. So she wakes up. This part gets a bit weird because like I could imagine this room, but I couldn't really like get it because like there's a lot of over description on like carpets and like carpets and drapery and like yeah.
So she was just like zooming in on everything.
Yeah, it's like taking a camera and going like. It felt a bit like that. And then she wakes up and she's like, oh, where's this fancy place? Am I in a fancy hotel? Did I get kidnapped? And then she sees this guy just I don't know how to sing that song. You can play it in the background. She goes like, and she goes like this really sexy whatever guy.
Hey.
And first she's like, you know, the saliva starts drooling down, and then she's like, oh, this guy, he kidnapped me into this fancy hotel room. You know what? I feel like she should have been happy about that. Your life is so trash, you know, if you got kidnapped by a handsome guy into a fancy hotel.
Like, she never, like, once questioned, though, like, when she woke up into this hotel, how she went from, say, bus stop, snowing,
No, we don't talk about that first. She just immediately jumps to conclusion that someone wants to kidnap her. Well, since she thinks she's such a hot commodity, she freaks out. Well, there's some dialogue, but it's just bad dialogue.
It was just cringe.
Yeah, she freaks out, so she runs out. And then like, you know, outside the hotel, it's also very fancy. And she basically like runs out, and then like, you know, she's like, out my way, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, people just open the door, lets her run out of this place. And she was actually in a castle, but she doesn't question it. She runs out. She was from a snowing place, and it's raining here in this world. It's raining. And she goes like, wow, he kidnapped me very far away.
She just like looks back at the castle and be like, oh, castle.
Yeah, she just been like, oh, castle. It's raining. Wait, wasn't it snowing? Ah, never mind. Sheeps? There was sheep as well. She was like, no, I remember the sheep. I just remember her going like, sheeps. She runs, and then she goes into a bar and she's like, I need a phone. Someone give me a phone. I need to call 911. 911?
Yeah, yeah, she's American, right?
I think.
Yeah, she's like, oh, 911, I need 911.
And like everyone's like, what? And she's like, everyone stares at her like, what? And she's literally like, huh? And then, oh wait, no, she has a phone. She didn't say
it wasn't. No, it was stuck in the castle. She left it in the bedroom. Yeah, because she wants to go get her phone because she believes.
No, she wants to get.
Oh.
She had a phone. She had a phone.
She was like holding it up with the charger. Right?
Yeah.
She was like, "Where's the phone?
There's no Wi-Fi." She was like, where's the landline? Do you guys have a phone? Because like, there's no signal for her. So she assumes she's like in a different country or whatever, because it's not snowing anymore. But then she's like, these people are dressed kind of weird. Are they in like some weird, like, do they have some weird hobbies or something? And everyone stares at her and she's like,
Did she be doing like doing a lark or something?
I have no idea, but
I feel like she was like,
she was like, they're so weird. Why they dress old? And she just went like, there's no signal. And she literally like, people are staring at her like, what's this crazy lady on? Then she pulls out her phone and she like, I think she ons the screen so there's like lights and them. So she's like, yeah, signal. And then they go like, witch! And she realizes, okay, I'm not a witch. And
they start chasing her though. Like a big group of them, they just like grab their pitchforks and they're like, we're gonna kill her.
Yeah. They do the whole pitchfork thing. Well, this is only like chapter 2 or something.
Yeah, this is like chapter 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
And then, cause I think Chad got his whole chapter. And then basically, as she's getting run out from the tavern, here comes like Kane, like,
no, and then they fight. So Kane just like, and then
he just kills them randoms.
And then all these people, some of them die basically. Hannah gets stabbed. She's bleeding out. Kate's like, come with me, and she's like, no, I don't want you to get stabbed. And then he's like, okay, he doesn't do that. He actually entertains her even though she's kind of stupid, but I would do that. So he just like grabs her, and they gallop off, and she's like, I'm gonna kidnap the kid.
And she just like watches this guy like literally like kill people in front of her.
Yeah, she's not freaked out about him, actually. Yeah. She was more freaked out by the villagers going, witch, I want to kill you, but...
She was more freaked out the fact they didn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, she was very freaked out there wasn't Wi-Fi. She was panicking. And then Kane drags her on and she wakes up. She wakes up in a...
cabin,
yeah, that's part of the description.
Oh yeah, the blurb.
The blurb. This handsome guy kidnaps her into a forest. I don't think he kidnapped her. He saved her life.
And the cabin as well. They make like the blurb makes it out to be like the cabin was like a big like part of the book, but they're literally only there for like 2 chapters.
Yeah, like the blurb made it seem like, okay, maybe I'm just weird, but I imagine it as like a weird cabin love nest or whatever.
I thought it was gonna be like Beauty and the Beast, but in a cabin.
Yeah, like majority of the book, but no. So the cabin for like only 2 chapters in actually. Hannah does more over description. The splinter on the table, and then she drifts in and out of conscious, and she's like basically recovering from a wound. She wakes up with major attitude. And she's like, you don't want to kidnap me? You don't want to have me? I don't want to pop out 6 children.
Oh yeah, she was like going on about, I can't do 6 children, this body can't do 6 children. She's like, I'm bad in bed. And I'm like thinking, what in the quirky kind of dialogue is this author trying to write? Like, it really felt like this author was trying to be like, we gotta make it quirky.
She has no survival instinct. That was the first thing I thought about. You go like, I'm bad in bed and I could never do 6 children. I'd be like, huh?
Yeah, it's just kind of like...
What's bad survival skill? Kane. Oh, we didn't even introduce Kane. Yeah, the handsome guy that she wakes up to in the hotel is basically Kane, the love interest.
Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Dark and mysterious.
He doesn't feel dark and mysterious, but
he was supposed to be dark and mysterious.
He's very entertained by her. I actually give him that.
To be fair though, it would be kind of goofy. Like, imagine like seeing like some idiot. Like, you'd want to screw with them a little bit.
Yeah, well, which is fine and all, but I don't get how he found her like sexually appealing.
Because she said I'm bad in bed and it made him go, ooh. Let me find out.
I think that's very concerning. That's very concerning. But yeah, so he's like, nah, I'm just like helping you. And she was like, nah, let me go. And then what else happened?
This is where, in the cabin.
He explains the wall.
No, I'm going to talk about the other thing first. The big elephant in the room that ruined the whole book for me.
What?
This is where the nickname Fawn is born.
Oh.
Look over that. I could not look over that because he calls her Fawn for the whole book. He's like, Fawn. Even during the sex scenes, he's like, Fawn. And the reason why he calls her Fawn is because, Fawn.
He would have loved Bambi. He would have loved Bambi. You know, I was like, when he kept calling her Fawn, I was like, why not call her Bambi? Oh wait, they don't have Disney. I thought it was okay. I thought it was more because he was mocking her, because she was like a baby.
You can mock.
Like a baby Bambi, basically. Very stupid.
Yeah, you can call her a Fawn once, just don't make that the nickname. Just don't make that the nickname. Or the pet name. Or you call her Fawn once, that was fine.
I don't know, but anyways,
they have
some weird
magic system.
The weird like attraction going on in the cabin, and then he starts explaining her role in this world.
Oh my gosh,
he explained the onion.
Oh my gosh, they literally pulled a Shrek on us. They were literally, I think it was like he was literally like chopping onions or something. Like he was like cooking or something, because, you know, she's like, you know, tell me about the world. And he's being all cryptic, like, you know, he's like trying to hold this information in, and it's like, why? It's like, what's the point? Anyway, so he's like chopping onions, and he's like, so basically, you were called into the world for a reason. That's what he says. He makes it so cryptic. And then she tells him about the tarot card, and he's like, oh, the Empress chose you. And mind you, we don't know who the Empress is. The Empress sounded like some kind of god or something. I thought it was like, but it was kind of like, it was never explained, but apparently the Empress was like this big deal, right? And he was like, the Empress chose you to save this realm. And she's obviously confused, and we're all confused. And so Kane's trying to shed some light, and he's basically saying, like, you know, as he's cutting onions, he's basically like, so it's basically like rot, like an onion rotting, because, you know, the realms layer onto each other, where he basically explains that there's like rot happening between like the two, like, you know, like
no, so he was basically explaining how, because it was layered like an onion, the rot in this realm, the Tower 4 realm, if it keeps spreading, it would spread to other realms. So it'll kind of start affecting Hannah's realm as well as other realms.
Mind you, this realm seemed like perfectly fine, other than maybe like the big tower or something that was supposed to have like called her here or something.
Yeah, so the tower basically was, like, called her because there was something going on, and she never realizes what. And
we never realized what.
No, it was the bad guy who took over the kingdom.
No, but that was a political drama. That wasn't like a realm thing.
So he kind of explains it, and as he explains it, it's basically a political drama. Basically, the king is being controlled by, not controlled, but basically he had this
he was basically getting controlled.
We
can spoil that bit because it's not a big.
Yeah, he was getting mind controlled by this guy who just wants power.
What's his name?
4. Number 4. I thought I thought there was like a 400 kind of thing, so there'll be a 1, 2, 3. No, his name was 4. And it's a bit confusing. Yes. And he was like an advisor to the king, and because of him, all these things have been going down. And then the realm, not even the realm, it's actually just one country.
Yeah, it's just,
there's different countries, by the way.
this one was what, the Kingdom of Pentacles.
Pentacles. Yeah, which apparently is tied to tarot cards.
Yeah.
If you've ever played tarot cards, which I've not.
Yeah, if you like tarot cards, then you might appreciate the world building. But for people who, like us, who don't know tarot cards,
It's never explained.
Yeah, it was never explained. Like, it really should have been explained. Like, oh, by the way, tarot cards, there's like things called pentacles or cups or something, or, you know, because when we read it, right, without knowing it was like based on like tarot cards, we literally just thought, why the hell is a kingdom called Kingdom of Cups?
I just thought she had that naming system. I just thought it was like I was like, this is not creative at all. Like, why would you name your kingdom this? And then you read to the end of the book, and she has like a tarot card reading guide.
No, it's not the tarot card reading guide. It was like a things
yeah,
you wanted to know.
Anyways, unless you know tarot cards, only then you'll know about this. And basically, like, so
it was basically just this one big political drama, but it made no sense how it was affecting any other realms, because this king and 4, they were not doing anything to any of the other realms. Like, 4 had no plan to go to any other realms. 4 couldn't even, like, travel between realms. So it was really kind of just like...
I don't know, Cain seemed to think he would start a war or something.
Oh, we learned that Cain is, like, the protector of the realms.
But he was kicked out. He was basically fired.
He was kicked out.
He was fired for being a protector.
But like, he really does like being a protector though, and you can tell he takes his role seriously by like killing random villagers who, mind you, they had a decent reason to wanting to kill her, technically, considering the world that they were in. They had like a decent like it would have been like acceptable in that realm to want to kill a witch.
But I think they were more like, you know, you point the sword first, it means it's fine if I kill you. But anyway, so like Kate's like, okay, so you have to save us, and Hannah's like, no, I'm going home. And turns out she left her purse in the castle,
which had the Emperor's card in it,
which would take her home. And she was like,
oh crap, I gotta go to the castle again.
And Kane's like, you can't just walk into the castle.
Even though she just ran out the castle.
Exactly. You can't just enter the castle. Like, this 4.
Kane was in the castle. How did Kane get in the castle?
Yeah, he explains this. He was like, the castle was locked down because of 4 and his cronies. And basically, every 6 months, they have like a open, like the king sits down, the villagers can enter the castle to like spill the drama and ask the king to help them, basically. And Kate snuck in, and it just happened that day that when Hannah was there, and Kate snuck out. And so if Hannah wants to go back in, she has to wait another 6 months. And Hannah was like, nah, I'll just walk in, knock on the door, and ask them to give me my stuff. And Kane's like,
to be fair, in this situation, Hannah was smarter than Kane, because it's like, he's making it sound like this is like an immediate threat. Like, the realms are going to be like screwed if something doesn't happen now. Like, he's making it sound urgent. But yet he's like, after he says like this big speech on like, we got to be urgent. Like, we got to do this now. He's then just like, all right, we're just going to sit for 6 months. We're just going to chill. I don't know, bum around this cabin. What are we going to do? Man and woman alone in the cabin.
But yeah, anyways, Hannah's just like, nah, and then Kane's like, what? So she just leaves. She just opens the door, walks out, and starts walking.
She basically says a big F you and leaves.
Yeah, she doesn't even know what direction she's going. She's
in the forest walking.
Yeah, she's just winging it. She's just winging it. Kane just decides to follow her, and
because it's funny.
Yeah, he's very entertained by her.
I would be entertained, to be fair.
Yeah, and they have like weird conversation. A weird like, oh,
he like stopped for her or something.
No, there was a weird thing with the horse where she's like, she starts flirting with him, and she's like eyeing him, and the horse gets jealous, and she's like, it's okay. I'm not gonna take Kane away from you, horse, or something.
Oh yeah, the horse's name is Shadow.
Oh yeah, Shadow.
And basically King rides up on Shadow and it's like, he's like, you don't even know where you're going. And he's like, on Shadow. And then Shadow is like always described as, Shadow shook her head in disapproval or nodded her head in agreement or something like that. Or it'd be like, Shadow looks a little bit annoyed or something like that. And it'd be like, it's a horse. What happened to just saying nay?
Nay. Anyways, yeah, so they go in the forest. Hannah gets her moment, whatever. And then bandits pop out. Oh, no.
No, it's a carriage.
A fancy carriage.
It's a carriage.
A super beautiful fancy carriage starts going ding, ding, ding.
But what's following that carriage? Bandits. I don't even know it was bandits. Like, to me, it sounded like there was just like one guy on a horse. That's what it sounded like to me.
I don't know. It happened really fast. The scene was basically, the bandits attack, and then she's like, King, help them. And King's like, okay, you stay here. King goes there, and then they fight. And this carriage has no guards, by the way. This
was dumb.
Yeah, this carriage only had it was like
the rider guy. What do you call that?
A driver. Let's just call it driver. It basically had a driver, and then the two people pop out. This beautiful girl and this
just like some
guy. No, the way Hannah described him, she kept talking about his chest. She was like, wow, his chest is so gigantic. She talked about it a lot.
Oh.
And then, not a lot, but it was like very detailed for some reason. And I thought they'd survive, but no, they got killed. They were like, and Hannah was like, what? Okay. And they only saved the driver, not the rich people. They saved the driver.
Well, they didn't know who they were first.
Yeah, so good on them,
So then after they die, the driver then comes up to them and obviously thanks them for, saving his life. But then he freaks out because he finds out that these people are like ambassadors or something for like the Kingdom of Cups. Now, the Kingdom of Cups was traveling to the Kingdom of Pentacles because was it for like some kind of trading agreement, like some peace treaty or something. So it would have looked really bad on the Kingdom of Pentacles if, the Kingdom of Cups ambassador people never came.
And Hannah has her ding 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 idea.
Which is also dumb. Wait, can I just say one more thing about them? Was that it was just dumb that they had no guards because of that. Like, you would have thought, considering the fact that if these people died, it could have started the war. Why the hell were there no guards? It was dumb. And it was no foreshadowing for 4 or anything like that. Like, no one. No one like planned that. It was just, they just decided to go with no guards. Alright, now. Go for Hannah's ding ding.
Hannah's ding 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 ding. This is how we can get into the castle. I'll pretend to be the dead ambassador, and then Kane, you can be my husband. And then she literally ramages through this dead woman's clothes. I get that it's high quality stuff, but it's like so coincidental. She's like, "You're it's my size. It's beautiful," and yeah, she does wear the dead woman's clothes though.
On the topic of clothes, we forgot there was this. It reminds me of this one cabin scene where she needs clothes and Kane gives her clothes, and so she's like looking through the chest and she pulls out like this one dress, and then Kane's like, "Don't put that on." And he makes a big deal of it, and then nothing ever comes of it.
No, and Hannah goes like, I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. And she puts it on. Kane puts it on her. I assume Kane says don't take that. It's because he's using the cabin that was his, like a friend's or something. Like it's not his cabin. He says it, and everything there was basically borrowed.
What a man! He just sees something that he wants. So
even the clothes were borrowed, and Hannah was like on some other people's goodwill, but she decides I don't know. Anyways, so Hannah keeps stealing people's clothes. Basically, she's wearing this dead woman clothes, and she's like, "Okay, we gotta hide Kane." He literally, this man grew up in the castle, okay?
And 4 knows him. Like, they're either related or they're not related.
All of them know each other. They've grown up in the
literally was like the hero.
He was the
hero of the realm.
Of this country or whatever. They call realm is basically country.
Yes.
Realm equals country. And so they know this man's face, and Hannah's like, I have a genius idea. This is where my marketing skills come in. So she gives Kane a haircut. and an eye patch. That's the disguise.
Different.
So yeah, you cut that, tie your hair back, and basically different person. This is like worse than Clark Kent.
Yeah, that's true.
It's worse than Superman.
Gave me like, what is that, miraculous ladybug energy. Yeah, that cartoon.
No, I think she had a proper like mask or something. I don't know. Yeah, I did actually. But yeah, so maybe she watches cartoon. But these people, okay, bear in mind, Hannah is older than.
Yeah, Hannah is older than both of us. She was not relatable.
She was not.
Like, I remember, like, you know, some people will say she's, I don't know, I feel like the author was trying to make her relatable.
Wait, she gets worse. Okay, before you start complaining, going like, they're being too harsh on her. Gets worse. So basically, they go to the castle.
As, like, you know, these people, because, you know, the Kingdom of Pentacles, they don't know what the ambassadors people look like.
Yeah, and they use their own names.
Oh yeah, they don't bother changing their names. Like, they literally like...
Kate is called Kate. Kate, but they just took the Lord part.
Yeah, they just got rid of his last name, and so, like, you know, this guy just, like, walks in, and then he's wearing an eye patch.
And Hannah's still Hannah.
And also, it was really funny, because they're like, because they were trying, because it was like the author tried to add some lore, because Kane mentioned before Hannah went to the castle, like, let me do all the talking, because, you know, you've got an accent, and, you know, people, you know, will think it's weird, your accent.
You talk weirdly, and also this is the olden days, so they don't really like women to speak, which makes sense. And Hannah's like,
F you.
She's like, nah. And basically every chance she gets, with every single person who was like, huh? She starts like...
Yeah, she just starts talking.
She just like digs herself in the hole, and people are like, you sound kind of different. And she's like, you just think I sound different. Are you judging?
Yeah, she's literally like, well, we do it differently in the Kingdom of Cups.
Yeah, she's like bucking you. She's like pretending as if no one has been to this kingdom.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure people have. Like, they were questioning her. Oh, and then is this one?
She meets her best friend.
Oh yeah, she meets her. Oh yeah. So this is where she meets her going to be best friend, who is actually. We never talked about the Mara people. So in this realm, so the reason why it felt like a fan fiction within a fan fiction to me was because it is very clear, like when we're in Hannah's realm, that the author like clearly hates somebody called Stephanie just by like the amount of stuff that's been talked about.
No, you find her in the mirror around with the best friend.
Oh yeah,
the best friend looks alive.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna
yeah,
because I think it's better if we talk about them.
Yeah.
So then basically, as Hannah goes into the other realm, it then feels like a fanfic for those characters because there is mirror images of everybody from that realm into the, I guess you could say, real realm. So Hannah's realm and Kane's realm. Kane's realm has like mirror images of people from like basically doppelgangers, if you will.
It's like an alternate universe. It's like a Spider-Verse kind of thing.
Yeah, like they have like similar qualities.
But only for certain people. There's no Spider-Verse Hannah. There's no Spider-Verse Kane.
Yeah, it's just whoever the author wants to put in, basically. Yeah. Because when she's in the castle, this is where she meets, like, her soon-to-be best friend, who
was her boss.
I forgot her name. I remember her boss's name.
Jade.
Yeah, her boss's name was Jade. So and the thing about it is, in the realm, in Hannah's realm, she really badly she always wanted to be friends with Jade, but for whatever reason, she just never did. I don't know why. She just never had the confidence, I think, to talk to Jade.
So in this realm, she meets the Jade's doppelganger, who's in this castle.
We're just gonna call her Jade because I forgot her character.
Jade 2.0. Yeah. Jade 2.0. Basically, who is married
to some guy.
To some dude.
We don't know.
They're like high up in the hierarchy or something, whatever. They live in the castle.
They're like nobles. I mention them as nobles.
Yeah,
like
and within court or whatever, and they become BFFs. And
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Jade 2.0 questions Hannah's accent multiple times.
They do, and they go around the country, and And Hannah gets to see how much this people of Pentacles is suffering because of Thor. Like, the children are starving, and she's like, how could you guys not help the children?
Yeah.
How could you? I want to do something. And she even tells them, she's like, I promise you guys I'll help you. And they're like, that's what everyone says. And she's like, no, I'm different.
Yeah.
Remember this.
Because Hannah really wants to help people. Like, she really badly wants to help people. Like, in her real life, like, she really badly wanted to work for a company that was meaningful and create an impact, but she wasn't working because for whatever reason she made it sound like it was really hard to get into, like, because she like graduated uni with like a business marketing degree or something like that, and she's making it sound like it was impossible to find like a business that didn't help with her values. And it's like, I don't know, it was annoying. To me, I found it very annoying.
Yeah. And she finds out there's she meets the evil villain and Thor, and he's kind of sus to her as well. And she finds out Thor's paramour, basically Thor is sleeping with Stephanie 2.0, also known as Ivy.
Oh yeah, we remember Ivy's name.
I remember Ivy.
As soon as she sees Ivy walk in, she's like, oh, that's Stephanie.
Oh, she gets so angry.
Yeah, she's like, I can't escape Stephanie, not in this room, not in that room. Like, oh.
And then she's like, this girl must be evil. I mean, like, yeah, she's with Thor, but like, she didn't even talk to her. She just looked at her face and she was like, evil.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm gonna judge. Like, she just judges. She judges everybody, actually.
She does.
And mind you, everyone like is complimenting her, saying how much she's like an empath as well. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, you're so kind, you're such an empath, you're so nice.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like, where? I'm not seeing that. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, she's like a big empath, whatever.
Talk about the sex scene.
Oh yes. So now that we've progressed, like what, like
to the castle.
Yeah, to the castle. There is they're living in this castle, by the way, now, because, you know, they got given their room and they have to share a bed as well, because, you know, they're supposed to be a loving married couple. Which, by the way, Hannah makes very clear that they are, like, not happy with each other, because everyone will be like, oh, you have such a nice wife, or something like that, and then she'll be like, oh, I don't like him, or something like that.
Yeah,
like, she'll always be like, I don't like this guy.
They're famous for being a happy married couple or something. That was all she needed to do, is pretend she likes him and keep her mouth shut, but she could not do both.
Yeah, she just could not, like, every time. But anyway, but then when the sex scene comes, now, I feel really ripped off, because this book was like the first real sex scene I ever read, and it was in this book, and I'm so depressed. So starting off,
I just went like, I didn't even try to read it.
Well, I was like, okay, I've never read a sex scene before, let me, might as well try. Anyway, so basically the first spicy scene is
Bathtub.
with a bathtub with a pomegranate. We literally watch, like, someone finger a pomegranate. Nothing even happens. Like, it's just like this weird, like, tension scene where it's like, you know, like, I think she's eating a pomegranate. She's, like, lying, like, naked in the bathtub, just, like, eating the pomegranate. It's, like, it gives the same vibe as, like, she's smoking a cigarette or something late at night. And then I remember Kane comes in and he's just, like, he sees her all naked and whatever, I don't know. And he just grabs his pomegranate and he just starts, like, touching it weird, like, he just touches it. It's like, just respect the food, man. Like,
they were so weird about it, like the even the juices went into the bathtub and things like that, right?
Yeah, and it like sank to the bottom or something, and it was like, it's a pomegranate.
It's gross. And then
so if you want to know why,
the servant was at the side just like, should I leave? You know, you guys can have your privacy. And they're like, hold up.
Oh yeah, because Hannah was literally like saying like, I don't want to sleep with this man, because the sexual tension was like so strong. And when the maid like walked in on her, and she kind of like freaks out, because obviously it's like, you know, you just see like a married couple and, you know, they look like they're in the middle or something.
Yeah,
and
you just like watch like the girl naked, and the husband is there with a pomegranate, like, and then you walk in, and she's like, okay, and then Hannah's like, stop.
Yeah, she's like, I want to leave, and Hannah's like, no, please don't. And then in Hannah's mind, she's like, I can't let this lady leave, because if she leaves, then I might have sex with Kane.
Which is fair to think that way, but the poor maid, she said stay. nobility servant stay, so this maid stayed, and they continued this weird thing.
And the maid's just like poor, just like in there in the background. And mind you, like a previous chapter ago, everyone's telling us that Hannah's like an empath and can read people. And it's like, well, clearly she can't read that the maid's uncomfortable and wants to leave. Like, but anyway.
She can.
So if you are wondering why, like pomegranate, like there's a picture of a pomegranate on every chapter of the book, that's the reason why. Just so you know, because the pomegranate's like never mentioned again.
Oh, it's not.
But it's like on every chapter, it's like the little image.
Yeah, and then after that, the fire.
Oh yes, then after that, so then we skip to the next scene, which is basically like, I think someone tries to assassinate the king. I don't know who it was. Like, someone tries to assassinate the king with like some kind of fireball.
Yeah, it just basically starts a fire.
Yeah, a fire starts in this ballroom, and then obviously the king gets taken to safety with 4, and this is where like I think we get like we knew that Cain has power from the beginning because he kind of was like healing.
He healed Hannah with power, not from modern medicine or like old medicine.
Magic. And we don't anyway, so basically, fire's happening, everyone's, freaking out. Hannah's dress gets like, it's described I think like a tiny little flame or something like that. Like it's not even like
I don't know, I haven't tried to imagine it, but basically
she just stood too close to like the curtain.
Hannah gets rescued almost immediately. She is safe. She is saved like almost immediately, and she doesn't think about anyone else.
Yeah, she's just like, oh my gosh, what happened?
And then she and Cain start.
So Cain then grabs her and picks her up and takes her away. And then just because the author was like, oh, we need an empath, we need to make it seem like an empath. It's like, oh, Cain, what about the people? She asks Cain, you've got to go back and help the people. And Cain's like, no, I'm going to help you. He's like, my magic will save them. We have no idea how. Like,
apparently he stops people from burning from the fire or something. Like he contains it basically, and
then he takes her to a private room and he like makes sure she's okay. And then just because he realized that near death experience.
No, just also I like not taste you or something.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so here we go. We got some quotes here. I slightly changed it, so I'll put it probably up on the screen, like the real quotes from like the actual book. But basically though, this is basically what he says to her is so basically oh my gosh, wait, I found like a insert from the pomegranate part where it says okay, so alright, so basically this is the quote that he says during this chapter. He nearly lost her, and without tasting her first. And that, my friends, is the scene that makes Cain realize
they need to have sex.
And so while all these poor people, like, upstairs or like, down the corridor, like trying to put out this fire, like, don't worry, no one's gonna die because, Cain's helping them. But like, while they're like putting out this fire.
Oh, stop! Don't do that! Don't do that! Yeah, they literally just have sex.
Hannah and Cain just have sex, and it's the most vanilla ass.
Yeah, it wasn't even good sex. And afterwards, the friend comes in, Jade 2.0 was like, are you okay, Hannah? I've been trying to search for you, I'm so worried. And like Hannah was like, oh, I was fine the whole time. Yeah, she doesn't even worry whether Jade was okay. She doesn't even ask.
No, she's just like, oh,
I'm fine.
Sausage.
Yeah. So basically, after that happens, like, she's starting to get some feelings for Cain. They're like kind of happening. And then she finds out that Ivy used to be Cain's fiance.
Yes.
So Stephanie 2.0, the villain of her life, used to be a thing with this man that she kind of like now, and she thinks back to like, oh, my bad taste in men, my bad history in men, kind of like my mom. My mom gave me bad genes. Not that genes can make a relationship, but that's how she saw it. Basically,
she basically blamed everything on like external factors and never like herself.
Yeah,
that was pretty much like her character. It was just like, it was never like, maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah, I have this throughout the book. You see it, and she was like,
no, you will not see it because you should not read this.
Oh yeah. And if you don't see it, maybe start some meditation, do some yoga, start journaling on some reflection. Hopefully you'll see it eventually. But she
So to make
runs
things
out.
worse, she finds Ivy with Kane in
And-
the bedroom.
Yeah,
And she's like,
Ivy's like covered on it.
Yeah.
And Kane's like, what? And she gets angry at Kane instead. She's like, how could you do this to me? Blah, blah, blah. I knew you always loved her. And like, so you were just using me. Cause all this time,
she never lets him have a word in though.
he never says anything. He's just like,
he's trying though. He's trying.
yeah, but, so all this while Kane was just being cryptic. Why it seems kind of bad in Hannah's head is like Kane was being cryptic. It was because he was wanting to hide his relationship with Ivy, but actually no, Kane just didn't even think about her because Ivy's the reason he got kind of kicked out. So in his mind, this girl basically betrayed it. This girl, which he didn't even like fiance wasn't even because they loved each other or something. I think it was just like
she just wanted him for his power.
Yeah,
she basically used him.
It was just like a previous arrangement, basically. So, and then after that, when Ivy found out that Kane had powers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she like kind of tattled, and then everyone was like, the protector is a witch. And then they kicked him out.
They didn't kill him.
They didn't kill him because the king was like, my best friend. So they banished him.
We never know why Kane has powers, by the way.
Oh, you never find out. And
we don't even know what they are.
Oh yeah, you don't even know what powers he has, actually, yeah.
They can stop fire, can heal people, and I think it can also, like, I don't know, towards the end he did something with it.
He did something with the Empress card. So basically, Ivy got Kane kicked out, so Kane won, and then Hannah's like, you betrayed me, you do this to me.
Mind you, she does not learn that yet. Like, she doesn't know that, she doesn't know because her friend explains it to her.
Yeah. So she doesn't know that.
She doesn't know it technically at the time, so you can forgive her.
You can forgive her. She was like, you betrayed me.
And then she gets so pissed though. This is the part. She gets so pissed that she
reveals his identity.
And he just like,
she was like, Kane! And Ivy's like, hold up. Eye patches. Huh. And then, guys! So, yes, Kane.
do the Kane is Kane thing.
Huh?
She says Kane is Kane.
Kane is Kane, yes, Kane is Kane. And
she's like, oh shoot, Kane is Kane.
They didn't change their names. And Kane basically gets sent to a dungeon. And, well, Hannah,
yeah.
I don't get why they didn't arrest Hannah as well.
No, Hannah ran. Hannah literally revealed him and then ran off.
Oh yeah.
Hannah literally ran off.
She ran off
with her friend.
She ran off and she found her. Oh, wait, no. She ran off and then
found Jade 2.0.
No. Before she found Jade 2.0, the husband, Jade 2.0's husband, who's apparently very into being cuckolded, because Jade's been having sex with other men, and the husband knows. The husband treats her like what, but apparently the husband likes to be treated in the bedroom, so it's like a weird power play. He has kinks. He has very specific kinks, and that's why he's into J 2.0. Anyway, so like Hannah's not having it, she's unhappy, and then she like basically hits it towards like J 2.0's husband, because J 2.0's husband treats her really bad in front of other people.
It's such an awkward fight.
Yeah, no, it was like a fight, and then instead of getting angry, J 2.0 husband gets horny instead and goes like,
she's like trying to slap him.
She's trying to slap him, and he's like,
harder.
And Hannah's like,
yeah.
And she basically runs off and then finds J 2.0, and J 2.0 basically spills the tea about Ivy, and then but Hannah's still angry. Hannah's still like, it doesn't change anything. Doesn't change.
Jade literally tells Hannah that Ivy's literally the reason why Kane lost everything. And then Hannah still believes that Kane did this elaborate plan. Like,
just to get married with Ivy again. And like, wow, I don't know what to say. Like, how bad of a simp do you think Kane is?
Where's the logic?
No, it's like, that's like a very extreme simpiness. Like, you destroyed my life, but I still want you. Anyways, yeah. So, they have like, Hannah's really feeling it. She's upset. So, to make herself feel better, she tells her friend that your husband wanted to get with me.
Because, by the way, her friend's, like, hyping her up. Like, her friend is being a girl's girl. And
Yeah,
her friend's
that's
basically
something.
like, oh, you know, it's okay, you're way better than Ivy. And, you know, the girl's, like, all saying all this stuff, like, you're such a lovely person, empath. And then what does Hannah do? Hannah's like, I want to hear this right now. Because I think it's literally described in her mind. Like, Hannah's, like, thinking, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming me. I don't like it. Something like that. Like, she's saying
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh.
So she
she
changes the topic. Instead, she goes like, your husband wanted to have an affair with me. J2 was always upset.
And
She was like, you're my friend. Which is fair. You're my friend. How could you do this? And he was like, what? And then, okay, both of them are kind of in the wrong. I mean, I didn't like that Hannah wanted to like basically deflect from her problem by like giving Jade.
basically, yeah.
It's like a bad timing. And then
that's toxic.
Yeah,
that's not even bad timing. That's just toxic.
And J2 always upset, even though she has a messed up marriage. And like Hannah just went like, your husband's kind of weird. He was trying to hit on me, and then Jade's like, how could you do this to me? You're my best friend.
Yeah, like Jade.
Not my husband. Blah blah blah. And they have a fight, and Hannah's like, oh, and she runs off, and she tries to guide the car, and then she visits Kane in the dungeon.
I don't know how she got there.
No, she visits Kane in the dungeon. I don't know. But she goes there, and Kane literally pulls out the Empress card and was like, I had this all the time. It was never in the castle. So when I kidnapped you, it was with me. And then Hannah was like, so in her mind, it's like Ivy plus card, this man. And she's basically very angry with him. And he's like, okay, but you basically actually couldn't use it. He explains that she couldn't use it to go back to her world. But then he imbued it with her own powers, so she can use it to go back, but she only has one chance. Like, if she ever comes back to Towerfall, she'll never be able to go back to her own world. And he gives her this ultimatum, and she's like, okay. She takes it, she goes back to her world. So boom, boom, boom. Back.
Yeah, no even second thought, like, starving children, who?
Yeah.
Like,
but she was like, I promised you, and she was like,
yeah, like, Kane was literally like, you're our only chance for our realm's survival.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm taking it, I'm gone.
Yeah, so she goes back to her world and back to her life. And
that's sad.
So she ends up random in some park, and she calls Jade 1.0.
Yeah, the real Jade, like her boss Jade.
And Jade picks her up.
And mind you, it's during work hours too.
Yeah, she's like a really good friend. And they're not my friends, by the way, not in this world. And
yeah.
J1.0 is like, oh my god, J1.0 starts going like, I always knew you were a good person. I feel like you were empath. You were meant for more. And
she basically hypes Hannah up, and Hannah's just like
depressed, and she was like, oh.
Like, literally, Jade asks Hannah, like, oh, are you okay? And Hannah's just like, don't talk to me.
Oh yeah,
the minute like Jade pulls up in the car, and you know, because Hannah's like dirty, right? And mind you, Jade had not heard from Hannah from like Friday to like Monday.
Oh, she's like a missing person.
Yeah. And so Jade literally was like, cause Jade explains to Hannah, like, oh, look, the reason why I'd never emailed you wondering where you were is because I thought after the pitch, you were like, you know, freaked out, and I didn't want to like overwhelm you with emails. So Jade literally explained to Hannah that the reason why she didn't reach out, like she said she wanted to reach out, but she just thought like, maybe I need to give you some space. So Jade still cared about it. She even like came and picked her up in work hours. And when she saw that Hannah was like, you know, obviously looked like she was disheveled and looked like, you know, she'd basically been through hell and back. Jade's like, oh, are you okay? Because, you know, any normal person would. And Hannah's just like, no, don't talk to me. And while Jade is literally explaining, you know, why she didn't message and like, you know, saying how Hannah's like a great person, blah, blah, blah. Hannah's literally just in the front seat of the car, and it's just like, you didn't email me. She didn't email me. Like, in her head, she's just like thinking, she didn't email me. No one cares about me. No one loves me. And it's like,
she goes back to her apartment, and basically she finds out she gets all this missed call from her mom. Her mom is worried, and she's like, anyway, she doesn't care. And Chad comes in, and Chad's like, I'm ready to commit to you. We can be boyfriend and girlfriend. And then that somehow wakes Hannah up, and she's like, oh, I can't believe I'm ditching Kane for this man.
She literally needed a man to tell her, like,
yeah. And she goes like, you know what, Chad? I don't want you. Get out. Yeah. Which is good on her, honestly. And then she goes like, okay, I'm gonna. Then she, you know, like you
No, she gets a paycheck.
No, you get the, you get a ding 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 moment like that Hannah like determines she's gonna go back to the world. But before she goes back, she's gonna be prepared this time. How does she prepare? She gets a credit card statement saying that because all this while she's been like a good girl, she's been paid for what. So she has a high credit score or something. She has a high credit score basically.
It's like 10 grand or something.
Yeah, like a really high credit score. And so she's like, So she splurges the money
because she's never going to be able to come back to this world again.
Yeah, there's no way she's gonna pay back this credit money. She's not gonna pay anything back. So she just splurges.
Oh, she also writes before she splurges, she writes an email.
She writes an email to her parents.
Yeah.
Basically,
her parent and sister.
Her mom and sister basically going like, I'm going on an adventure, and
she said like it's a self-help journey. She's like, you'll probably never hear from me again, but don't worry, I am safe. And that's it. She doesn't even I don't think she even says like I love you or anything.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Like, I don't know, pick up the phone. Like, talk to your mom.
Just give her a hug and just say I'm leaving forever. Goodbye.
The backstory made me actually feel bad for the mom. Like, imagine you have like love life, bad man one after the other. You gotta take care of your two daughters.
Yeah.
Like, you literally like single momming them. And you got this daughter who literally won't pick up your calls and then tells you she's gonna be gone.
And looks down on you. Like,
and looks down on you. Blames all
of her problems.
Her love life problem on how you were mom.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's so sad.
Honestly, the book would have benefited if instead of Chad coming to Hannah's house, Hannah went to her mum. No, Hannah should have gone to her mum. That would have showed character growth. Like, Hannah would have been like, I have nobody in this world. And then she sees like, all the missed calls from her mum and was like, I should just go see mum.
Yeah, because like the whole reason why she could go like, oh, Tower Falls a new star is because she's basically escaping her world. She's basically like escaping her problems. She never confronts them. And yeah, so she does that. She starts splurging. She goes to a very expensive hotel. She hires a very expensive makeup artist. She buys a very expensive dress.
Here I was thinking she was going to donate to charity.
Same. She was like talking about how all this, like, she's going to help the people. She's going to help the children. And I thought when she saw the credits call, my first thought was like, oh, she's going to donate like a gigantic sum to the children or something. Yeah. But no. Anyways, she's dressed
Material
up.
Material
girl. She's glammed up. She goes back to Tower Fall. Which
mind you, it takes hours for her to like prepare. And mind you, there's a time difference between the two realms. So like an hour in like Hannah's realm could be like a week in this other realm. So while she's taking her time.
I never get the time thing, but basically she
knows, by the way, Cain is about to get executed as well. Like, she's on a time limit as well. She knows that Cain is going to get executed. She doesn't know when, but she knows it's going to be soon.
She doesn't care enough, basically. Anyways, she goes back, whoosh, 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 and then she finds out, oh, Cain is gonna get executed soon. I don't know. Like a few days.
He was going to get executed in like 2 weeks. And so it literally described in the book, it took her. So she spent like maybe like a night or like maybe like a few hours with these stylish guys. And then she literally comes back and it's been 2 weeks in that world.
Oh, so Cain is going to get that bed now.
That day. Like, she couldn't have just gone like...
Yeah, so her great plan to defeat the evil one, number 4, was call him out.
Just bully him.
Yeah, so she basically called him out. She basically went to the queen. They have a platform and then they were gonna hang Cain, and then she stands there and she's like, wait. No, anyway, she goes like, wait. And
no fighting. She had no big plan either. I think she kind of like half-assed said sorry to her friend. She didn't even say sorry.
She didn't say sorry yet. Everyone looked at her and after she said, wait. And she was like, it's not Cain. It's that man, 4, who has been controlling the king. And everyone, and then
someone wanted to hear her out. I can't remember who.
No, 4 was like, this girl's crazy. Arrest her as well. She was with this guy. And, but the queen, basically the king's mother, steps out and was like, let her talk.
Like, she did nothing to earn an audience. Like, for all they knew, half the people in this kingdom thought she was a witch, and she was seen with, like, you know, Cain, so they all instantly think she's an accomplice. So honestly, Thor was like, everything was in Thor's favor to basically be like, oh yeah, just execute her, don't need to hear her out.
And the whole time they were in the castle, they didn't even do anything. They were just like playing around. Like pretending that, I mean, they didn't even have like a plot line or anything of like a secret rebellion or anything. No, they just pretended to be people. Anyways,
they did nothing.
Yeah, anyways, like, so basically, after that, the queen asked her out, and she goes like, Forrest, this. She like, and then Forrest like, no, I'm not. And she goes like, no, you are. And
he basically just bullied.
Yeah, she basically just bullies him, and he gets triggered, and he goes like, fine, you think I am this, and then boom, reveals his power, and then starts controlling the guards, and everyone's like, see? Oh, he's got power! See, I told you so! And yeah, so then they fight each other, and Thor gets killed, and
Cain like breaks out his chains.
And the king is no longer hypnotized and controlled by power. So he wakes up too, and he's like, oh wait, before when she was gonna have that wait moment, she comes back. Sorry, I had to retrack. She goes to her friend Jade 2.0, and she goes like, I'm the Empress actually called me here. Like, she feels the tea. And everyone, like, they don't explain it, apparently. And everyone's like, the Empress?
Never mentioned.
So they help her. That's why they help her when she had that wait moment, and they were like, let her speak, or, you know. So they gave her a platform to bully for, and that's how everything.
No one mentions what is the significance of this Empress. Like no one worships her. Like the Jade 2.0 literally describes the Empress as being just some like kind of story.
Yeah,
it's like make believe.
It's just a fairy tale. They think it's a fairy tale. They don't think it's real.
But then they took it seriously when she was like, I'm the Empress.
Yeah, they trust her.
For no reason.
Yeah. And yeah, so after they got defeated, and the king is like, oh, thank you for helping me. And then, you know, the king, because he's now back with his faculties and he's able to have his own thoughts, he helps make the kingdom a better place. So she did help the children indirectly.
She helped them by just being the only person who was able to go to Cain and shout at him and say, you are the villain, and then him just saying, yes, I am.
So everyone just like brushes off, and they forgive Cain for being a bitch and having magic, and he's back to being the protector, and Hannah stays in this world and is just married to Cain.
There's only 2 people with magic in this whole world.
Yeah, only Thor and Cain. They never explain why, but so. Oh wait, no, they did. They explained they killed off all the magic people because they were scared of them.
Yeah, so how does these 2 just have it?
I don't know. But anyways, there's only 2 people left with magic. The rest may be in hiding.
She doesn't even have magic, and she's the Empress.
She's not the Empress. She's not the Empress. The Empress is the card, and the card called her, and that's the big issue.
She didn't even kill Thor, though.
They didn't kill Thor. Did they kill Thor?
No, Cain killed Thor. So honestly, if Cain just wasn't a bum, he could have just done it himself.
Yeah. Honestly, Hannah just needed to do dumb decisions to make Cain force his hand so that they sped up Cain's plan to save the kingdom. Yes. But, yeah. That was the end. She lives a noble life. So she won in the end, you know. A hot husband who loves her and is the protector with magic. And she gets to live her life as a noble. No need to ever work in her life. And she can help the children by throwing money, but she doesn't do that.
And like, I feel like even like, I think Jade 2.0 apologizes to her, I think.
Jade 2.0 say sorry.
Yeah. Characters are apologizing to her, and it's like, there's no character growth. Like,
everyone apologizes to her, Nana, but even in her real world, like Chad came back.
Apologized.
Jade 1.0 apologized.
No, like, she just apologized for not sending emails, I think.
Oh, Stephanie doesn't apologize, but
she finally kind of forgets about Stephanie a little bit.
She forget. No, Stephanie gets arrested.
Well, they literally trash, like, this author trashes on, like, if you're a Stephanie and you read this book, don't, because your name will get, like, trashed on, like, the whole entire time.
Yeah. Even worse if you are a Stephanie who has a life and is actually doing well in their life. This author hates you.
Yeah, here's the thing, like, I like like authors can just write bullies, right? Okay, like I've read books and you know, authors have just made bullies like a name. And I've never thought, oh, they have like a vendetta against this name. But just how this book is written, just really feels like there's something personal. Like it really felt like there was something personal. Like it wasn't just like the author just like had a bully called Stephanie. It was like, no, it was very clear. Like even just like Stephanie was a trigger word for this author. Like the author could not just put in the name Stephanie and not have at least like 1 to 2 lines just saying how bad this person was.
Yeah, she really hated Stephanie. And yeah, there was like what? I don't think there was any character growth. She just went from like a desperate, sad life to everything handed over to her, and she didn't even want it when it was handed to her. And then she went back and everyone apologized and she was like, I should go back.
Yeah, that was it. That was the whole book.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you for sitting through that whole thing.
You didn't have to read it.
Yay! Alright. We'll catch you guys next time.